Amen. Have you ever felt like you're standing on the edge of a cliff, looking into the unknown, wondering what's next? We've all been there, caught between where we've been and where we're headed, with no clear path in sight. The uncertainty of life can weigh heavy on the heart. Yet, in the midst of all the questions, there is one truth that stands firm. God knows what's next for you. Life doesn't come with a roadmap. We often find ourselves walking through seasons where the future is unclear, where we don't know what's waiting for us just around the corner. The uncertainty of what lies ahead can be unsettling, even paralyzing. We spend so much time trying to predict what's coming, to plan every detail, to control our future. But let me remind you of something powerful today. You don't have to know everything. It's okay to not have all the answers. It's okay to step into the unknown and still believe that God has your back. We spend so much energy worrying about what's next that we forget one critical thing. God is not surprised by your uncertainty. He is not caught off guard by the twists and turns of life. The unknown is not a place of fear when we understand that God knows exactly what's next for us. It's in those moments of uncertainty that He can show us His strength, His wisdom, and His timing. Think about it. How many times in your life has God led you through something you didn't understand at the time, only for you to look back and say, that was exactly what I needed? When you don't know what's next, remember that God does. And the best thing we can do in these times is trust that He's already ahead of us, preparing the way. Let me tell you something powerful. The unknown is not your enemy. So often we think that uncertainty is something to be avoided, something that stands in the way of our peace, our happiness, and our success. But what if I told you that the very thing we fear most, the uncertainty, is actually the very place where God's greatness shines brightest? We all wired to want certainty. We want to know what's next. We want to have control. We want the plan laid out before us. But God doesn't work like that. He doesn't need you to have all the answers. He just needs you to trust Him when you don't have them. In moments of uncertainty, we grow. It's when we don't know what's next that our faith is stretched and refined. The moment we surrender our need for control and embrace the unknown is the moment we give God the opportunity to move in ways we could never imagine. God specializes in the unknown. He doesn't need us to see the whole picture. He only needs us to take the next step in faith, even when we can't see the next smile. Do you remember the story of Abraham? God told him to leave everything behind, his family, his home, his security, and go to a land he had never seen, to a place he didn't know. Can you imagine the uncertainty that must have been in his heart? Yet Abraham stepped out not because he knew what was ahead, but because he knew the one who was leading him, and God didn't disappoint. The unknown became a stepping stone to the promises of God. So today, don't be afraid of uncertainty. Embrace it. Because in that space of I don't know, God is waiting to reveal Himself to you in a way that will transform your life. Embrace the unknown with the confidence that the one who holds your future is never lost. You may be sitting here today feeling like life is a puzzle with too many missing pieces. You can't see the whole picture, and it feels frustrating not knowing how everything fits together. But let me tell you something powerful. God has a plan for you, and His plan is greater than anything you could ever design for yourself. It's easy to get caught up in the noise of the world, the deadlines, the pressures, the expectation. We start to believe that if we don't have it all figured out right now, we've somehow missed the mark. But trusting God's plan means resting in the knowledge that He's already mapped out your future, even when you can't see it. The truth is, God's plan doesn't require your understanding. it requires your obedience. We want to know every detail, but God calls us to take the next step in faith, even when we can't see the road ahead. Think about Joseph in the Bible. His journey was filled with betrayal, prison time, and heartache, yet in every